Welcome to Module 2 of Environmental Toxicology. In this module, we turn to applied aspects, examining specific categories of toxicants, food and nanotoxicology, ecotoxicology, contaminated soils, and the health effects of toxic metals and organic pollutants. 2.1 Toxic effects of pesticides. Pesticides, designed to control pests, are among the most widespread environmental toxicants. They include insecticides, herbicides, and fungicides. Organophosphates and carbamates inhibit enzymes essential for nerve function. Organochlorines such as DDT persist in the environment and bioaccumulate. Herbicides like paraquat cause oxidative stress and lung damage. Pesticide exposure is linked to acute poisoning, neurological disorders, endocrine disruption, and ecological damage. 2.2 Persistent organic pollutants, POPs. POPs are long-lasting chemicals that resist degradation, bioaccumulate in fat tissues, and travel across borders. They include polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, dioxins, and certain pesticides. POPs are associated with cancer, immune dysfunction, reproductive harm, and ecosystem disruption. 2.3 Metals and radiation. Heavy metals such as lead, mercury, cadmium, and arsenic are naturally occurring but toxic when concentrations increase. Lead damages the nervous system and is particularly harmful to children. Mercury interferes with the brain and can cross the placenta. Cadmium accumulates in kidneys and bones. Arsenic is a carcinogen commonly found in contaminated groundwater. Radiation, whether ionizing from radioactive materials or non-ionizing, can cause DNA breaks, cancer, and long-term genetic effects. Radioactive waste management is a global challenge. 2.4 Food toxicology. Food is a direct route of exposure to toxicants, whether natural, accidental, or intentional. Examples include naturally occurring toxins such as aflatoxins from mold. Food additives that may cause hypersensitivity or toxicity at high doses. Contaminants like pesticide residues or heavy metals. Food toxicology emphasizes ensuring safety through monitoring, regulation, and risk communication. 2.5 Nanotoxicology. Nanotechnology introduces materials at a scale where their properties change significantly. Nanoparticles are used in electronics, medicine, cosmetics, and food packaging. Potential concerns include ability to penetrate biological membranes, induction of oxidative stress, unknown long-term effects due to persistence in tissues. Nanotoxicology is a growing field that addresses both promise and uncertainty in nanomaterials. 2.6 Ecotoxicology. Ecotoxicology extends toxicology to entire ecosystems. It studies how pollutants affect populations, communities, and ecological functions. Key processes include bioaccumulation within organisms, biomagnification along food chains, altered ecosystem dynamics due to species loss. For example, pesticides may reduce insect populations, leading to declines in bird species dependent on them. 2.7 Contaminated soil and health effects. Soil contamination results from industrial activities, improper waste disposal, mining, and agricultural chemicals. Contaminated soils can transmit metals and organic pollutants into crops, water, and air. Health effects include cancer, neurological diseases, respiratory problems, and endocrine disruption. Communities living near contaminated sites often face disproportionate risks. 2.8 Transmission, exposure, and health effects of toxic metals and organic pollutants. Toxic substances enter the body through inhalation, ingestion, and dermal absorption. Once inside, they can accumulate, interfere with physiological systems, and produce both acute and chronic health effects. Toxic metals cause organ failure, cancer, neurodevelopmental delays. Organic pollutants disrupt hormones, damage DNA, increase cancer risks. Global health initiatives, such as the Minamata Convention on Mercury and the Stockholm Convention on POPs, aim to reduce exposures. Module 2 Summary. In this module, we examine applied environmental toxicology, pesticides, persistent organic pollutants, metals, radiation, food toxicology, nanotoxicology, ecotoxicology, soil contamination, and the health impacts of toxic substances. Together, these topics demonstrate how toxicology connects scientific principles with real-world health and environmental challenges. Course conclusion. We have now completed environmental toxicology. In Module 1, we established the foundations, history, ethics, cellular and molecular mechanisms, toxicokinetics and toxicodynamics, general toxicology, risk assessment, exposure analysis, and reproductive impacts. In Module 2, we applied this knowledge to real-world toxicants, pesticides, POPs, metals, radiation, food contaminants, nanomaterials, ecosystems, soil contamination, and health outcomes. This course highlights the importance of toxicology in protecting human health, preserving ecosystems, and guiding policy in a world increasingly shaped by chemical and technological change.